Hey people, folks, man, I really need to know what to start calling you guys. Anyway, so there's quite a few audio recording apps out there, ranging from the stuff that comes pre-installed on your phones to apps that you have to pay for. A little while back, I ran into one of these audio recording apps, and I really liked it, and due to an update, I'm liking it even more because it can be really good for folks who are blind or visually impaired. And, well, I like this app for two reasons. One is that, well, it's a free app, and who doesn't like that? And the other is that it's accessible. And not just that, but accessible with VoiceOver, the screen reader that comes built into the iPhone. It's an app called Dolby On, and yes, that Dolby, the folks who make audio for movies. It's a pretty nifty app, actually. It has a simple layout, so it's not cluttered with various controls or anything like that, so that's another reason why I like it. Okay, just one more thing. This is not a sponsored video. This is just me doing a product review for something that I like, that I want to recommend to other blind folks. So yeah, this is not sponsored. And like I just said, it's accessible with VoiceOver. The thing is, it was accessible with VoiceOver prior to this recent update, but due to this recent update, it's a lot more accessible. What the app does basically is that it records your audio from the built-in microphone in your phone and then cleans it up and puts a lot of filters on it, and the result is a much nicer sounding piece of audio. Now real quick, I'm gonna mention this because just in case. I'm recording this on September 22nd, 2020, and the reason why I'm saying this is because you never know, maybe somebody runs into this video 5 years from now and next thing you know they check out the app and those features are missing or the interface is different. Well, just letting you know, this is when I recorded that video, so just for reference's sake. I think it's a good app for those who are blind because let's say you want to do a video recording like this and you can't afford an external recorder and you want to get better audio, but let's say the camera's too far away from you. Well, with this you can actually place the phone a lot closer to you so you can get a little bit cleaner audio. So let me do just a quick little recording on the app itself just so we can have a piece of audio to use for reference. Testing 1 2, just giving Dolby On a try. Just giving it a demo try, and yeah, let's see how this goes. So this is how the original raw recording sounds like. Testing 1 2, just giving Dolby On a try. Just giving it a demo try, and yeah, let's see how this goes. And this is the recording after the app has done its processing work. Testing 1 2, just giving Dolby On a try. Just giving it a demo try, and yeah, let's see how this goes. Since I mentioned using the app with VoiceOver, that's how I'm going to be demoing it. So the first detail is this is your main screen. This is your recording screen. In the middle of the screen is your timer, which at the moment says 0.00 because nothing's recording. And at the top you have a couple of buttons. The first one is your mic details button, so I'm going to double tap on that. Button. And on here you have several details, like it says which microphone you're using, and at the bottom it has some recording tips, and I would actually recommend taking a look at those because they're not very long. They're not very long reads. I would definitely give them a read just to, get a little bit more of an idea on how to use the app. So I'm going to swipe right a little bit.
iPhone 10R bottom mic. Capture sound from all directions.
And that basically gives you a little bit of details. There's a little bit more, but I'm going to go back now.
iPhone 10R bottom back button. Mic details button.
Now to the right of that you have your metronome. So if you're a musician, you have that tool. So I'm going to swipe right to that.
Metronome off button.
I'm not going to select that, but I'm going to keep swiping right.
Track 12 button. Duration 17 seconds. Actions available.
The summary of the last track that I recorded. I'm going to keep swiping to the right.
Duration 0 seconds. Switch to video button.
Now there is a video mode for this, so if you do want to use Dolby On as a video camera, you can, and you can actually tweak the mix for the video just like how you can with audio.
Record audio button.
This is your record button when you're in audio mode.
Switch to live stream button.
And it has a live stream mode. I haven't tried it out myself, but it's there if you want to play around with that too. And now there's a couple buttons at the bottom, so I'm going to swipe right one more time.
Library button.
There's your library. I'm not going to go into that right now. And there's one last button at the bottom, and it's your
settings button.
And that's where we're going to go. So I'm going to go into the settings. I'm going to double tap on that.
Dolby On demo video.
Okay, so you have a demo video, but if you're totally blind or very low vision, that's not really going to help. But luckily below that, if you swipe right, you're going to have some...
Watch it now button.
Well, not that.
Recording tips.
But some recording tips.
Step up your game with insider info from Dolby On experts.
And like I said, I highly recommend taking a look at those tips because they really do help you out. And they don't take a ton of time to read. Now, if you go all the way to the bottom, let me go all the way to the bottom here.
Page 2 of 3.
Okay, then you have a few other settings. Let me explore some of these.
Countdown.
Okay, countdown. This basically gives you a 3-second countdown. It'll count down as soon as you hit the record button. The thing is, it doesn't say it out loud, but even so, once it starts recording, VoiceOver does mention that it is recording.
Switch button on. Add a 3-2-1 countdown timer before your recording or live stream begins. Monitoring.
Okay, monitoring. What that does is that if you're wearing a pair of headphones, then you're going to be listening. Exactly, you're going to be listening live to the recording. So instead of just recording and then playing it back and figuring out did this turn out right, you're actually going to listen to it in real time.
Switch button off. Hear audio in headphones when recording. Note, wireless devices may have delay. Lossless audio.
And this one is basically if you want to record an uncompressed audio, and this is a little summary here.
Switch button off. Record uncompressed 48 kilohertz, 16 big wave files.
So those are the settings that you have. Now I'm going to go into the library.
Library button.
Going to double tap on that.
Filter all button.
And this is your library, which has several clips that I've recorded already. It does come with some default clips on there, and you can play around with those. But we're going to select one of the clips that I already recorded.
Track 12 button. Recorded on Tuesday, September 22nd. Duration 17 seconds. Actions available.
And there's a summary again, and you can actually rename files or you can delete them by just swiping up or down with one finger. So let me try that right now. Let me swipe down.
Delete.
I can delete.
Share.
I can share it to social media.
Rename.
I can rename it. And to activate any of these, just double tap. So we're going to go back to, well, activate.
Activate. Default.
And we're going to double tap there.
Track 12.
Now we're going to swipe right a couple times.
Recorded on Tuesday, September 22nd at 1:06. Dolby On.
Okay.
Double tap to toggle setting.
Okay, Dolby On, what this is the app applying its filters to your recording. So if you heard, it's a button actually. So let me...
Dolby On. Double tap to toggle setting.
And if you double tap...
Dolby Off.
I'm going to turn it back on.
Dolby On.
And the nice thing is that you can preview this. So if you swipe right a couple times...
Enter full screen. Play button.
You can hit the play button and you can turn the Dolby on or Dolby off just to, give it a little comparison. But we're going to keep going further down.
Track position. 0 seconds of 17 seconds. Adjustable.
Shows you where...
Or down with one finger to adjust the value.
Shows you where you are on the track and how long it is. Going to swipe right again.
Tools button.
Now the tools, if you double tap on this...
Tools.
These are the filters that you're going to be using. So you have quite a few to play with. So the first ones that we're going to choose, we're going to go through are the ones that are, I think it said style. Let me see.
Style button.
Okay, so I'm going to double tap on this on style.
Selected. Style. Close button.
And it gives me a second menu. And these are basically kind of like vocal filters. And if you don't know what they do exactly, they do give a little bit of a summary when you select, well, when you highlight any of them. So I'll show you.
Standard button. Dolby On signature curve. Double tap to adjust intensity.
So that's a little summary. I'm going to go to the next one.
And button. Exaggerated rock.
Next one.
Natural button. Smooth, mellow, classic.
Now to select them, you double tap on it.
Selected. Natural.
and it highlights it, but if you want to be able to tweak it, you double tap it again.
Selected. Natural. Style intensity value.
And now this takes you to a slider. So to get to it, you just swipe right.
10. Adjustable. Swipe up or down with one finger to adjust the value.
And like I said, you just swipe up or down with one finger and
11. 12. 11. 10.
So the nice thing is that you can actually go back to the play button. You can just keep swiping to the left, and until you hit the play button, you can preview it and you don't have to save it. Once you're happy with whatever the setting you want, then you can just swipe to the left.
Style intensity value. Natural. Back. Button.
Or just until you hit the back button. So just double tap there.
Back. Standard. Button.
And you can do this with any of these filters here. So the nice thing about this is that if you still don't know what each of these does, there is a button that says Learn More. So I'm going to go to that right now.
Learn More. Button.
And I'm going to select that.
Double tap to dismiss pop-up window. Button.
And this brings up a pop-up window, and if I swipe to the right a few times, it'll give me an explanation of what this feature does.
Back. Button. Style. Tap to choose the perfect tone for your recording. Tap again to change the intensity. Style set the target profile for Dolby's unique dynamic EQ.
So it basically gives you a quick little summary if you don't know what it is. Now I'm going to close this window, but I'm going to do that by flicking to the left a few times.
Style. Back. Double tap to dismiss pop-up window. Double tap to dismiss pop-up window. Selected. Natural. Button. Smooth. Mellow. Classic. Double tap to adjust intensity.
And now I'm going to go back, so I'm going to swipe to the left.
And. Button. Stamp. Accept. Button.
And the accept button is basically if you're happy with the setting that you picked and you just want to leave it there, just double tap on accept, or
Style. Learn more. Button. Close. Button.
You can hit the close button, and without saving anything, you can just go to the next set of filters.
Close. Selected. Style. Button.
So all of that was just under the first menu of different filters and presets. So I'm going to go to the second one. I'm not going to spend too much time on those.
Noise reduction. Button.
You have noise reduction.
Tone. Button.
Tone.
Boost. Button.
Boost.
Trim. Button.
And you can trim your clip as well. So all of these, you just double tap on them and it will take you to the settings. So they'll all have sliders which you can tweak. And if you just want a little preview of any of these, like I said, you can just find the play button. You can keep swiping to the left or just try to locate the play button, which is in the top half of the screen. So that is a little demo of Dolby On. Now, just a couple things to mention though. After you record, don't just be content with what the Dolby On settings give you, because sometimes it might not be what you want. Maybe it sounds too muffled, maybe you want to raise the vocals, or maybe it's too bassy, or just play around with those filters. Also, if you use the app to record video, just remember, if you're going to have it on the tripod, the microphone is likely going to be facing away from you and to the side, so most likely the audio's, it might not be ideal. So just to give you an idea of what the video recording features like, remember this is first and foremost an audio recorder that just happens to have a video camera setting, so just think of it that way. So anyway, that's what I thought of Dolby On. Let me know what you think, if this gets you interested in downloading it. Like I said, it's available for free, and yeah, so just let me know your thoughts in the comments. And anyway, I will see you folks in the next video. Alright, take care.